Sarah felt her way down into the basement, looped a noose around her neck, and shouted into the darkness, "Come out! I know you're here!" Suddenly, the chair beneath her seemed to be kicked away. A crushing sense of suffocation overwhelmed her as she struggled helplessly. At the same time, Julia, who was at work, was suddenly overcome with the feeling that she couldn't breathe. Troubled by an intense unease the next morning, she and her husband, Isaac, drove to her sister's place. There, they found Sarah's lifeless body hanging in the basement. Julia was devastated. Guilt gnawed at her. She thought if she'd just stayed in touch, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Just then, the house suddenly came back to life. Electricity surged through the wires. Loud music started blasting from a CD player, startling Julia. She rushed to turn it off and told Isaac something didn't feel right. She was convinced her sister didn't commit suicide. No one would willingly listen to a song they hate before ending their life, she said. Isaac tried to comfort her, gently reminding her not to dwell on it. Like Sarah, Julia was also slowly losing her eyesight due to a degenerative condition. Too much stress could speed up her blindness. Julia said nothing, but the next day, while going through her sister's clothes, she found a receipt from an old vacation hotel. As she was examining it, Isaac appeared behind her and asked what she was doing. She lied, saying she was just tidying up, and then casually mentioned she wanted to take a trip. Julia subtly guided Isaac to the very same old hotel from the receipt. That night, they had dinner at the hotel restaurant. When Isaac went to the bathroom, a waiter approached Julia and complimented how beautiful her eyes looked now, clearly mistaking her for Sarah. Once he learned she was Sarah's sister, he quickly apologized. But from their conversation, Julia discovered her sister had a boyfriend. When Isaac returned, Julia shared what she had learned. Someone killed her, she insisted. Isaac disagreed. He told Julia that according to her doctor, Sarah's eye surgery had failed, maybe that's why she took her own life. The next morning, while Isaac was checking out at the front desk, a maintenance worker approached Julia and said there was something her sister had left behind. He led her down to the basement and explained that after Sarah checked out, he had found a key with a bell on it under her bed. He also mentioned that Sarah's boyfriend had parked his car in the hotel's underground garage during her stay. There might still be surveillance footage that could help identify him. After leaving the hotel, Julia and Isaac went to the garage the worker had mentioned, but Isaac insisted she stay in the car and went off alone to talk to security. Julia waited near the exit for a long time before growing impatient and anxious. She finally ventured into the garage and made her way to the security office. The guard confirmed someone had indeed visited earlier, checked the surveillance footage, and even paid him to copy it onto a device. Julia glanced at the equipment on the table. It wasn't Isaac's. Suspicious, she asked if anyone else had been there. The guard said no, but offered to pull up the footage to prove it. But when he turned around, the monitor had gone black. Alarmed, he grabbed a baton and headed into the garage to check. At that moment, the lights in the garage suddenly shut off. The guard rushed back to the security room and switched on the backup power, only to find the device used to copy the footage was now missing. Meanwhile, the hotel maintenance man was relaxing in a bath. A shadowy figure crept in, tossed in a live electric cord, and within moments, the man was dead, his body twitching in the water.